Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all my Muslim brothers and sisters out there. I want to share my story of a series of events that led me from being a slave to this dunya and this earth to a slave of Allah, in the hopes that it can inspire and enlighten and open the eyes of those who are blind, like I once was. A little about myself: my name is Bilal Al Yusuf. I was born a Muslim, alhamdulillah, to a loving, beautiful Muslim family. A few years back, I was so in love with this dunya, this earth, that I wanted to miss the Eid prayer, not just any prayer, but the prayer on Eid, our Muslim holiday, to go to the zoo and see animals with some friends. And looking back, I feel so ashamed just even saying that, but I ended up going to the Friday prayer, and I was physically there, but I wasn't there. I wasn't really there. I didn't listen to anything in the khutbah, the lecture, but I remember one thing. The Imam said, if we struggle and suffer and strive and do every good deed in this life, it wouldn't add up. It wouldn't amount or equal to the blessing or the weight of just having your right eye. Nothing else. Like, I don't remember anything else the Imam said but that. So after the Friday prayer, what do Muslim families do? They go out to eat. I was just so, upset with my family that, I didn't get to go to the zoo, so I stayed home. They were like, fine, stay home, watch your little brother. He was at the time 5 years old. And I remember just being so angry. Like, I don't even remember why I was so angry. And I would blame everyone but myself for the problems I was going through. And, I turned up to the sky and I said, Allah, if you're there, give me a sign. Now, some people might say what I'm about to tell you is a coincidence, but verily Allah gives signs to those who believe. I picked up my brother, forgetting what I just said. I'm playing with him, and just out of nowhere, with no warning, he pokes me right in my eye, and actually my right eye. And I just remember like immense pain, and I couldn't see. Like, I could see from my left eye, but I couldn't see out my right eye. And I run to the mirror, and there's blood coming out. I can see blood coming out, and I just see pain. And I remember the first thought, like, no, my life is ruined. I'm disfigured. My right eye is gone. I'm not gonna be able to see. I'm gonna have to wear a blind patch. I'm gonna start looking like a pirate. And then, like, I'm just like, out of anger, I'm like, really? Like, this is really happening? Why? One thing after another. And then I get a call. Like, I didn't even see who it was, and I just clicked, accept, got on the phone. And it was a friend at the hospital. And, like, I'm like, what? I'm in pain. And then the person, he said, I'm at the hospital. And he was with the people I was supposed to go to the zoo with. The people I was gonna, I prefer to be with rather than Muslims in the mosque. Rather than being in the house of God, I prefer to be in the house of the animals. And what he told me was he was in the hospital, and the girl that I wanted to go see, she was the prettiest girl in our school, mashallah. Like, she was a cheerleader, and her face got disfigured from the car crash. They got hit by a drunk driver in the zoo. They weren't drunk, but leaving the parking lot, a drunk driver hit them. So her face was scarred and her beauty was taken away. And then the most athletic kid in our school was in the car, and he broke his leg and he wasn't able to play for the game he wanted to play for. And then my other friend, he was the best singer in our school. He even went to Japan for his voice. Like, mashallah, he was gifted. And what happened? He bit his tongue and lost his voice. And then suddenly, I start winking and I could see. And I hung up the phone and I just started crying. Like, how could I be so blind? Alhamdulillah. And that's my story.